I didn't make the list.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. Songs of the Year series, and we are up to 2007 already. Flying right along through the aughts. Fairly similar year, I think, to 06, comparable in quality, the Billboard charts and the wildcard sides both. So what do you guys think of the year?
Fine year. I actually had more to choose from on the wild cards. The billboards are definitely, you can see them kind of going downhill. Again, we've already been through this, but it seems like, again, they're sort of the last remnants of rock are pretty much on their way out. And there's a couple songs, but yeah, it's looking grim. We'll say that.
Yeah, the billboards suck. Let's just say that. And then 07 for me, album-wise, is probably a top 5 year ever. It's friggin' loaded. So there's going to be no way I can fully represent my adoration for 07 when I give them just 5 wild card picks. So check out the albums of the year video as well. And then text me personally. We can talk about it.
I do have to make note that this was the controversial year for me, that I declared Fall Out Boy the winner for album of the year. So let's just keep that in mind as we go through this year, how I feel about 2007.
Why was that controversial?
Because it's Fall Out Boy, and I think that rankled some of the, rank and file indie kids that watch our channel.
Rankled me. But all right.
Yeah, I damn near swallowed my tongue when you used Dark Side of the Moon and Pink Floyd and Fall Out Boy in the same paragraph. I almost killed myself. So.
All right, I think it's Joe's turn to kick it off with the Billboard list.
All right, my Billboard list, number 5, from The Killers from 2006, Sam's Town. I got Read My Mind, which is by far the best track on that album. Love the fuzzy synths that open the song. And, it's kind of like Springsteen, but danceable. Number 4, people said my ex-college girlfriend kind of looked like Sarah Bareilles. I didn't really see it, but they would always bring that up when this song would come on. And I do love this song, love song, written because she wouldn't write a love song. So this is sort of a play on that, the label asking her to write a love song. It's clever. I like it. It's very catchy. Number 3, go back to the My Chemical Romance well for Famous Last Words. Just huge drums, massive guitars, black and white emotions, massive chorus, pretty much all the things you want from MCR. Number 2, do a little Kanye West. We go with Stronger, one of many choices from Graduation. Love the use of Daft Punk's tune. I think it's even better than that one. Just a really catchy, fun, upbeat, great song from Kanye, my boy. But my number 1 actually charted this year, surprisingly. A bit of a shocker, so wait for that one.
I'll be pissed if it's Fall Out Boy.
I think it's going to be Rehab by Amy Winehouse.
All right, my first pick is also The Killers, but I'm going with Shadow Play from the Sawdust comp. Cover of the Joy Division tune. I love their version of this song. The original version, much darker, but The Killers, I think without changing a whole lot about it or doing anything too substantially different, just kind of coax out a little more melody and a little more groove out of it. I think it's pretty cool. Then I'm going with Tarantula by the Smashing Pumpkins, the return of Smashing Pumpkins, albeit as a 2-piece, just Billy Corgan and Jimmy Chamberlain here. But this song really rocks, really aggressive, really heavy, amazing drumming by Jimmy Chamberlain. Reminds me a little of the Jane's Addiction comeback with Strays, where it's just like a little bit heavier than they used to be, kind of fitting in with the heavier rock of the time, but still retaining their trademark sound. I love when the song gets super quiet, but Billy Corgan's guitar is still just like screaming over it. It's like this really quiet breakdown, but the guitar is just wailing away. Then I'm going with 1, 2, 3, 4 by Feist. Just a ridiculous earworm. I loved Feist's voice. It's a great arrangement too. Love the banjo and the horns. Just really cool song. Then I've got Phantom Limb by the Shins. I think the Shins take the small indie folk of their previous records and they just make it bigger. It opens with that huge buzzing synth sound, almost Spectre-esque drums, bright chiming guitars, but they don't lose any of their, identity in doing so, still sound like the Shins. And then my last pick for the Billboard is going to be Dashboard by Modest Mouse. Must be pretty cool having Johnny Marr join your band. This was the first song written together with Marr and Isaac Brock together, sitting across from each other. Marr started playing the guitar part, Brock made up the lyrics on the spot, and it's just super cool, really fun, infectious, groovy track.
Lot in common with Jaso over there to the right of me, left of me, whatever, depending on your perception. I have Phantom Limb from Wincing the Night Away. The Shins, yeah, everything you said is awesome. It's got that beautiful, clever wordplay. The so beachy and fun and catchy, and yeah, it's just got that great chime to it. I also have 1, 2, 3, 4 by Feist. Not my favorite song on this album, but charted, and it's awesome. It's incredibly catchy. Yeah, her voice is just terrific. It's got those little bells going on in it. Really catchy, kind of dreamy but sharp. Also have Tarantula by the Smashing Pumpkins. How can you not? This is 1993 in 2007. Very cool. It is just full of loud, just ferocious army sounding driven guitars. It's just incredibly aggressive and masterfully done. Then I've got No One by Alicia Keys. Big beat, nice classical style kind of piano. She's an amazing singer, and I think it's a really good ballad. She sounds great. The arrangements in the big chorus are fantastic, but it really is all about the vocals. And speaking of vocals, going with Rehab by Amy Winehouse. Just absolutely thunderous vocal performance, a really cool song. It's not easy to do big pop music while being totally involved in yourself and what you're all about, and she nails it. So, that's her in a nutshell. Just big voice, big feelings, big confessions, boom. Just missing, actually, interesting, was 4 in the Morning by Gwen Stefani, a song I actually really love. So
I didn't make the list.
Couldn't hear what you said. All right, my top 5, it will be all 5 because my winner comes from the charts. Number 5, I'm going to go with Mother Superior from Coheed and Cambria. Spooky, slow burning number, great acoustic guitar, and then it opens up into this big, epic, orchestrated, dynamic track. Number 4, DANCE from Justice. Just love the chopped and screwed disco, European disco feel to it. Makes me want to DANCE. The ending, when it devolves into a little chip tune, is pretty cool. Number 3, Dear God from Avenged Sevenfold. Song really shouldn't work at all. It's a lovely country ballad played by a metal band. They got carefully picked guitars, banjo, tons of lap steel. Then in the end, it goes into full power metal ballad mode. It's just a ridiculous song, but I love it. Number 2, we got another ridiculous song, Fall Out Boy making an appearance. You're crashing, but you're no wave. The song is all about a trial. Really interesting lyrics on it. They talk about all the elements of the judge and the jury and the prosecution, and they have a chorus of jurists going guilty, guilty, guilty. It's just really weird, but it's extremely catchy. Number 1, 3s and 7s, Queens of the Stone Age. Just the band at the perfect intersection of weirdness and crunchiness and catchiness. That opening riff is just so tasty. And that guitar tone, amazing. Love it. Just a great track from Queens of the Stone Age there, but not my winner. Not my winner. Close.
All right, my wild cards. First one, I'm going with Detlef Schrempf by Band of Horses. I love Ben Bridwell's voice. This song, really pretty. Great use of reverb and space. Produced by the great Phil Eck. Not sure what it has to do with Detlef Schrempf, who played NBA from 85 to 01. I think it's just kind of like a working title placeholder that never got switched out, but really cool song. Then I'm going to go with If the Brakeman Turns My Way by Bright Eyes from their underrated Casadega record. Tremendous lyrics, great playing, especially the organ work on it's really cool. I don't know, Conor Oberst, at least lately, seems to be taken for granted. He's just consistently excellent, and he's been doing it for a long time now. He's just always really good. So I don't know. I hope the dude's okay. It seems like there's some concerning reports coming from the road, but I'd hate to see anything bad happen to him. Then I'm going with The Temptation of Adam by Josh Ritter. Another lyrical masterpiece from Ritter, tells the story of a couple falling in love inside of a missile silo and being tempted to just blow up the world above them so they can stay down there forever. Then I'm going to go with Dress Blues by Jason Isbell. A sentimental send-off for a fallen American soldier shouldn't be hard to pull off, but it really, really is. Just so many of these types of songs end up coming off pandering or too political, or maybe just too blindly patriotic or sappy or corny or sentimental. But Isbell sticks the landing on this one. It's really an incredible piece of songwriting. Puts a lump in your throat every time I hear it. So I don't know. He's gotten a lot more notoriety since this record. This was from his debut. And this record doesn't get brought up much when talking about his best work. But I don't know that he's ever bested himself on this track. So I think it's really good. So there we go. Time for the worst of the year.
Right. Well,
no, Graham got to go first.
It's time for me to talk.
we're just gonna skip Graham. Worst of the year.
Worst of the year? Let's just do Joe's winner then for the true worst of the year, probably. If it's a Billboard song, winning.
I think Joe might go Phantom Limb, actually.
I don't know. Who knows? Cares? He hates this time. All right, my nominees. Also, before I was doing Gwen Stefani voice, dude, I wasn't making fun of you, so just relax. So PC all the time. Let's talk. My nominations, I've got Kevin Drew from Fucked Up Kid, or with Fucked Up Kid, from Broken Social Scene presents Kevin Drew. Really awesome song, really mellow. I love the singing on this. It's really ghostly, haunting. He's like whispering the whole thing, but he's got a lot of power behind it. It's got some absolutely cool lyrics to it and just a tremendous in the pocket groovy drum beat behind it. I also have All I Need by Radiohead. It's got that great kind of trip hop, hip hop beat behind it. Really haunting, just those big piano parts coming in, and you know, really I'm in the middle of your picture, lying in the weeds. Just great haunting romantic ballad for them. Also have Someone Great by LCD Sound System. It's one of the best kind of modern bleeps and bloops anthems that I think even Joe could like. It's incredibly hooky. It's kind of like Kraftwerk does pop almost. That's probably not a great example. People will light my ass up on that, but whatever. I didn't really mean it. Just trying to make sense out of it, but it's got those great little hooks. It's got all the just great little synth parts and craziness to it, and it's really catchy as well. And then finally, my last nomination, and there are so many I could go from, but I'm actually going to go with Challengers from New Pornographers, which is an excellent song. I love the sound of the guitar, and then it's got that little kind of tick-tocky sound guitar coming in, like da, 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 da. Very cool. It's a really cool, well-written song that seems to be about like falling in love with someone but not being available, and just apparently in a radio interview they said, yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's about being married and just being like, hey, we'll meet again someday if it doesn't work out. But really cool song with tremendous lyrics. So that was really tough to get down to 4 there. So saving my winner. Now Joe can talk about his least favorite.
Right. Because in Rainbows, nothing from there charted. I couldn't pick anything from Radiohead. But I found someone even more deserving. And it's hard to narrow it down to one. But in 2007, Akon had 8 songs that would be eligible for the worst song of the year. He had 9 total on the charts. 8 of them were top 40 hits. and they were all just the worst. I hate Akon so much. When he came out, my God, that just ruined my radio listening experience because he was always on. It just sucked. He had at least one number one and then like 4 top 10s. The worst one, I got to go with the number one, his big number one ballad, whatever, Don't Matter. Just a terrible song. It was absolutely everywhere. You could not escape it. And then it seemed like every month he came out with a new track or was featured on some crappy track. The bane of my 2007, Akon, then Radiohead, but Akon definitely number one.
All right, my least favorite song of the year. I'm going with a song called Online by Brad Paisley. I don't know if our viewers are aware of this or not, but Brad Paisley is a badass guitarist. He's like a real deal, amazing country picker, insanely good shredder, just like top tier musician, which makes it all the more painful when you hear his music because he makes the worst kind of country. It's really, really bad. I mean, he's the kind of guy, like if he's on an award show or something, I will watch through an extra commercial break just to watch him play guitar. If someone came to me and said, I have free tickets to see Brad Paisley, do you want to go? I would go because I think he's an amazing player, but all of his songs suck so bad. And I don't know, this one is like maybe the worst. Actually, it's not the worst. I can think of another one that's worse, but this is the second worst. I can't believe this made it to number 39 on the charts either. I barely remember this song existing. It's about this loser who has nothing going on for him, but he lies to people online to make himself sound cooler. So it's basically just the story of this like online loser guy. It features the chorus that goes, "It turns girls on that I'm mysterious. I tell them I don't want nothing serious, because even on a slow day, I can have a 3-way, chat with 2 women at one time. I'm so much cooler online." I mean, this song has a smoking guitar solo in it too. This might have the biggest like solo to song differential of all time. Great solo, horrible song. I'd be amazed if anyone can come up with a song that has a bigger differential than this one. So that's my worst.
It's a good project. Great solos and bad songs. All right. Well, I feel like maybe you guys missed this one because it's actually a song that's 2 years old, but didn't make the top 40 until now. It's got to be Rockstar by Nickelback. Just absolute trash. The worst call and response I've ever heard in a song. I want a bathroom big enough to play baseball in. It's just, and I know like some people are going to come out and defend and just be like, we're obviously joking, kind of poking fun of themselves. Like, that just makes it even sadder. Like, it's just absolutely pathetic and garbage. And it is so lacking in anything creative or cool or artistic. It's just absolute trash and pandering. It's everything you need to know about Nickelback. So I think they're now a 2-time winner for me for worst song of the year. Photograph, I believe, won a few years ago. So they're on a roll. Luckily, they're kind of fading out after this on the big charts. So God bless.
All right, let's do the old winner, shall we? Jason was right. Of course, it's the Shins, Phantom Limb, my Shins favorite song. Very surprised to see it charting in this world, in this year, I should say. In this year, I guess give people credit for that. I think it went to like number 86 or something. So it was on there. That's good. Good for the Shins. Love this track. It seems to exist in like a world of gray. It has such strong emotions, but it's never overly saccharine or sad. And I just love the lyrics. James Mercer puts himself basically singing as a young lesbian couple growing up in a shitty, presumably rural northern town. He said it was inspired by Jesus and Mary Chain, actually, the production. And I love the guitars. And it feels like an old-fashioned tune without it being like purposely retro. It just kind of exists in like this alternate world, which is why I'm so surprised it charted. And I love the lyrics. I think I quoted some when we did our Shin Side 3, the frozen into coats, white girls of the north, filed past 1, 5, and 1 there. The fabled lambs, a Sunday ham, the ancient show. Just every line is just so unique. Love his lyrics. Just love the song. Love the feel. Great tune. Credit to America for getting this one on the charts. They finally got one right.
All right, my number 1 is Either Way by Wilco. I love the vibe of this song, the laid back, gently rolling guitar part, that drum part that's like pushing it along, playing 16th notes on the hi-hat, the warmth of the organ, just a really great, warm sounding track. Love the lyrics, which are like very cautiously optimistic. The line, maybe the sun will come out today, the clouds will roll away. But he's also like, either way, even if it doesn't, I'm going to understand and life will move on. It's really just a fantastic way to open that record, Sky Blue Sky. But the real star of the show for me on it is the Nels Cline guitar solo, which is, I think, an amazing solo. And on this record, you also have Impossible Germany, which is like this big guitar extravaganza with 3 guitar parts, like interweaving and doing all this crazy stuff. And Nels is really kind of like shredding on that track. But to me, this is an even more impressive solo. It's much more restrained, but his note choice and his phrasing and his tone and everything about it is just so incredible. It's only 26 seconds long, but it is just one of my favorite musical moments. My second favorite guitar solo of all time, behind only George Harrison's Something solo. So I love it.
All right. That's kind of the album where I think Wilco started to lose me a little bit, but not bad. Let's go with my winner. It is Animal Collective with For Reverend Green. Awesome chaos. The vocal performance here is absolutely disgusting. It's like 2 characters doing call and response at times when he's going really low, like from one moment to the next. It's just absolutely incredible. And he does that screaming sensation where you just feel so inside of his head, everything he's going through. He's like, I think it's all right, they're together now, and just screams about it. It's just awesome. It's got that awesome, almost like the Edge kind of guitar work with the delay pedal and the big drums behind it. It's absolutely sensational. It tells a really cool story, and it's just got that lush, almost like villainous circus production behind it. I love it. Couldn't get anything from Neon Bible. Couldn't get anything from Kings of Leon, who won 07 for me. It's just a loaded year, man.
All right, so let us know what you think of our list down below. Leave your own favorite songs of 2007 in the comments as well. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you've not yet done so. Be sure to head over to our website. Follow the link in the description to vote for which of our songs of the year is your favorite. And check out all the other links there as well: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our website, merch, and our Patreon if you'd like to support the channel further. Check it all out, and we'll see you in the next one.